Every morning, I try to begin by seeing the world and the natural things around me, the animals, rekindling my connection and my place within it. I remind myself of the acknowledgement that we are on the treaty and traditional territory of the Michisigig and Snebeg, offering gratitude to the First Peoples for their care and their teachings of our earth and our relations. May we honor these teachings. This I share with you now. I've always had a connection to the world around me, and I'm starting now to understand it a little bit better. These things that I've learned as an adult university student continue to help me ground myself on my daily quest to be a better person and improve my life. I live in a 3-floor townhouse. I use modern conveniences to gain access to all levels, for instance, a stair chair. Once ready for class, after many trips up and down, Buster and I head out to my vehicle. It is a modified side entry wheelchair van. Modern technology and design again, at the best, still have silliness. Sometimes my side door won't close properly. This is due to ice buildup in the track. It happens because snow sticks to the bottom of the ramp and then falls off when it's closed position. And while I drive, it melts due to the warmth of the interior and then refreezes and interferes with the track and latches. Trent University is a great institution. Its inclusiveness and willingness to accommodate all manner of people with varying abilities. The Student Accessibility Service at Blackburn Hall is staffed with a group of individuals who are paramount in their activities and can guide and direct students to find resolutions for most problems. Another experience I had at Trent was with the parking department. In 2017, they began to redesign accessible parking spots on campus. I had the fortunate opportunity to be able to offer thoughts for the requirements of side entry vans. I communicated with many people, and I remember two as Janice Matthews and Louis Fish, and they worked tirelessly to ensure that there were new spots that were wide enough to accommodate side entry vehicles. They require at least an extra 3 to 4 feet to egress. Wider parking spots at Blackburn Hall, along the sidewalk in front of the Student Center, and 2 large spots in front of Autonomy College by the cafeteria were made available. Much of the campus has been made accessible with retrofits. Buildings such as Lady Eaton College have ramps built on the stairs along the paths with additional outside ramps on campus and retrofitting of elevators and lifts in the buildings. And again, the best ideas and plans, sometimes there's silliness. For me, the main doors at the Student Center, a new building. As you know, our society is right justified. We drive on the right side, so we walk on the right side of the hallways and stair paths and sidewalks. So when you're going into the main building, if you're in a wheelchair and you use the automated door button, you'll find that you have to stop, cross the path of traffic coming out to the left side to push the button. And then the right door opens, so you have to cross back. Once inside the foyer, you have to cross back over to the left side to push the button, and then the right door opens. This is very difficult when there's lots of people coming and going from class. You go in through the right-hand door, and the rest of the building, you couldn't ask for a better one. Wide foyers, wheelchair-accessible bathrooms, seating for wheelchairs incorporated into the seating structure of the classroom, theaters, lecture halls. It's a great building, lots of light, well-designed. It's a wonderful place to be, a very positive space. But the flow of people when you leave is hampered by you, the person in the wheelchair. Now the door buttons are on the right, but it's the left door that opens, so you're heading into oncoming pedestrians when you go through it. You go back into the foyer, again the door button's on the right, but you have to cross over into the oncoming traffic to exit. It's kind of a silly situation. Another silly situation that I remember experiencing is an argument that I had many times with the doorways in the science labs underneath the cafeteria at Autonomy College. They're just wide enough for my wheelchair to get through. In 2018, I had a seminar in a classroom, and these doors are split so that they have a 1/3 width side and a 2/3 side, and there's a steel sill plate for the door to catch on. That steel sill plate is just at the height of my valve. So needless to say, I had 3 flat tires over a 5-week period. And I was really embarrassed as I had to wobble out of the building to get back into my van before the tire went flat. Another silly situation is the size of the elevator that you use in Zowski College. It's very, very difficult to turn around in. I'm not one who likes to back out of an elevator because you never know who you're going to run over. So once you're down in the lower level and you're attending your classes, especially during the wintertime when there's lots of snow and ice on the ground, there's no other way out of the building. If you go down, let me think now, the north passage along the classrooms, you come out of the science building, it's grass to get back to the ramp to the ferry and bridge, which is usually covered in snow. And the other exit is towards the TP area, and it is a ramp, but it ends at a sidewalk. There's no way except for the elevator. I found that kind of a hard thing to deal with at times. It's silly, silly, silly. But it's part of life. It's, from my perspective, we all have silly things to deal with. I don't suppose in any different one for any one of you out there, you've got silly things to live with. Yesterday I spent a lot of time on campus filming, and from outside I tried to find my way around the buildings to get to Zowski College. From Zowski College, to Ferry and Bridge. And I got lost. And when we came across the groundhog, that was the time Buster and I called it a day. I look forward to when we get to go back in person. I'm a little nervous about the concept of our society with sneezing into one's elbow. I've come to watch most people tilt their heads down towards their side when they do this during cold and flu season. And I had frequently swerved to avoid just such occurrences. And now with the pandemic, I have more concern. But when we get back, I hope to see you all there. I'll be the one rolling along in the plastic bubble. I'll find my way back around campus, and I hope that you all find your way and remember the importance of placing yourself, if you can, as one with the earth, as best as possible. I believe something will come into focus. Good things will come into focus for you.